Hello, how we doing? Good. Day two. Got work to do. That's why we're practicing. We've had two practices. Tomorrow we get to put on the pads, though. That's what I told him after practice. So it gets even, it turns up a little bit more. Guys get to bump into each other a little bit. We need to do that.
What are you looking forward to seeing the most when those pads go on?
Just competition, just watching guys compete. I know everything won't be perfect, it is football, but I expect our offense to execute. I expect our defense to fundamentally do the things they're supposed to do, and special teams to keep getting better. So each and every day, as I told our team, every day we just want to keep getting a little bit better. We got a long way to go before we ever get to a game. So I just think what's really important is that we just keep getting better every day.
Sure, I think you referred to it a little bit yesterday, but is that when you can really get a judge on the offensive line?
Oh, absolutely. Just not just the offensive line, defensive line, and the big guys. And I keep telling our big guys they're the heart and soul of this thing. They gotta do their part offensively and defensively. It starts with those guys. So tomorrow we'll get a chance to start setting that identity that way, and those guys gotta meet the challenge.
What happened with Robinson?
I think he got hit in the head. He's going to be, he just got hit in the head. He'd be okay. We got to evaluate him, but again, those things happen. Football, forearm, fist, whatever it was.
Well, if you can't go tomorrow, would you put Corbett there?
I don't know. I mean, Corbett plays there anyway. Plays there from time to time. So again, that's the versatility of the guys we have. So it's not so much, if he can or can't. Corbett has been out there and doing those things. So we're going to give everybody an opportunity. As I said yesterday, nothing's changed that way, and we'll keep going.
Hey, Hugh, there's a report that the Browns are negotiating with Des Bryant's agents. What do you know about that?
I don't know anything about that. I can only talk about the guys that are on our football team right now. So if that happens and we get other players on our team, trust me, I'll be more than happy to answer any questions about those players at that time.
One guy you did talk to, albeit briefly today, was Breland. Just is there an update there?
Not on our team, So, I mean, we've had a lot of people in and out of here. John's done a good job that way. We had to do our due diligence on anybody that can help our football team. But at the same time, I mean, they're not here, so there's no point in talking about them.
When you look at your receiver core without Josh here and with Ricardo done for the year, do you feel like it's a little light that you could use another guy in the top of the rotation?
We're always looking for players. We can't get enough of those kind of guys that can make plays with the ball. So, again, John's going to just keep churning this thing as much as he can, keep finding talent, and then see if it fits for us.
You obviously know Adam Jones really well.
Uh-huh.
What do you like about him, and would you like to see him on this football team? Would he be a good fit?
Again, he's not on our team right now, and obviously I do know Adam. I know what kind of player he is, what kind of person he is. So, again, if that happened, if he's on our team, I'd love to have him on our team. But he's not right now, so we'll keep going from there.
Hugh, do you expect to do live tackling tomorrow?
Since I've been here, haven't we live tackled?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would hope so. Yeah, we
Silence
better.
and everything?
Yeah, I want to break it out at the right time. I don't know if I'll do it tomorrow, but it's coming. I can promise you guys that. We're going to tackle. That's the only way to play football.
Hey, Carlos Hyde and Nick Chubb, they both kind of like run over people rather than make a miss all the time. Is that shorten a player's career?
Oh, I don't have the answer to that one. That's the science piece. You would have to find out about that. There's been some guys who've run over players and played a long time, so I don't have that answer. But again, if they can make yards, that's what I want them to do, is be able to produce first downs and touchdowns and make plays with the ball.
This morning, some of the other guys were talking about Chubb and how his nickname is old school. Just what has your impression been of him so far?
He's a football player, and a really good football player. I think there's a lot to him, more so than what people think, because he just looks like the guy that comes downhill and, here we go, But he got some versatility to him as well. There's some instincts, real runner's instincts that I see. I think he's a talented runner. We're going to find out more about him when these pads come on.
Some of your guys have made some bold statements. Kirksey, in the gap between minicamp and now's predicted the playoffs. What are your feelings on that?
We got work to do. I love that our players are excited about the team that's in the locker room, but at the same time, statements don't mean anything. The action. I support our players wholeheartedly, no question about that. But this is so early in the game for us right now. What we need to do is put our head down and just work and keep getting better as a football team each and every day. And hopefully those things are reality. I think you got to believe something first before it ever happens. So our guys are saying those things, but at the same time, we got to back it up. Got to work.
When you're thinking about adding a player that has had off-the-field issues, how do you balance that with, his talent level? You know him better than a lot of people, but yet you're bringing him into a culture that...
And you're talking about?
Adam. How do you balance it?
Well, I feel any player like that not just Adam, any player that we have that has had issues, I would hope, and I know we would make sure that as a group we collaborate and talk about it and know what the issues are. And then hopefully there's somebody in the group, that understands exactly what's going on with the player and has some answers, and obviously when it comes to the name you mentioned, I do. I know the player. So I'm sure anybody else that's been that way, we always kind of go about it that way, and then we make a decision as a group that we can handle it or we can't. If we can't, we won't bring them. If we can, then we will.
Do you have an expectation for when Peppers can come back?
Hopefully soon, sooner than later. Hopefully in the next week, I hope he's back out there. But again, don't hold me to that. I mean, there could be setbacks. There could be a lot of things. But he's getting closer. I do know that.
You get hurt.
Working out. That's what, that's normally the way these things happen. Working really hard, and you tweak something, and all of a sudden, again, you guys know me on this stuff. I'm especially soft tissue injuries. I think you got to be really, really slow about those because they can come back really fast.
Assuming he's able to go out there and everything's okay, just what's your kind of overview of what you expect from him?
From Jabril?
Yeah,
Year two for him. He's a good football player, and he's going to be playing on his position that I think he feels very natural playing down around the football. So I'm expecting big things from him.
A couple more. And when you look at Denzel, he moved into that starting lineup pretty quickly throughout the offseason program. What stood out about him? And it seems like he's not afraid to compete with guys who have a resume. Josh Gordon,
Absolutely. Just playmaking ability, and you said it. The game's not too big for him. Those moments are not too big for him. I think he makes plays in those situations, the pressure situations. That's what you have to do. He's going to face some of the best receivers in the league, Just think of the first game of the year. And you're playing Antonio Brown, the best guy on the planet. So you better have real thick skin. So he has that. And I think his teammates see that. But again, he's got a lot of work to do between now and then.
The other day, when we were talking to you and John about the receiver situation and possibly bringing in help, John had casually mentioned, maybe we need some help at cornerback too. Do you feel that way a couple days into camp that you need some more depth at that position?
This is what I think, and I think this is where John's coming from. If there are players that we can put on our football team to improve our team anywhere, it's not just there. But I think we get that those positions, sometimes dictate the game. Cornerback positions, being able to cover the best receivers in the league, wide receivers being able to score the ball from anywhere on the field. So I think John and me, we both have that mindset that if somebody can make us better and fit what we do, then let's take a great look at them, and that's what we're doing.
You mentioned Chubb. There's more to him than you see. How about Hyde? Is there more to him than just...
There's no question in my mind about that. I mean, the guy caught 59 balls last year, on top of running for, close to 1,000 yards. So he's very versatile, more so than I think people think. I think when you look at their body types, you see these big physical men who are 225-plus pounds, and you think all they do is run between their tackles. I think both of these guys have a little bit more versatility than that. And I think they bring a different dimension to our offense.
Hugh, on the issue of wanting to run the ball, it's been your message for 3 years to do that. What's the one biggest reason why it will be different this year? Is it personnel, or is it you expect to have leads this year?
Well, I want to have leads this year. No, but more so than that, I just think it's the makeup of our team. I think you mentioned two guys there when you're talking about Carlos Hyde and Chubb. I mean, they are guys that eat up ground. And I think we have an offensive line, definitely in the core of from the center and both guards, Batonio and Zeitler, and now Hubbard being over there and Coleman. I think these guys they like to get after it. So we gotta have a mindset that we can do that. But at the same time, we got to do what it takes to win games. And you guys all know that. Sometimes that means we might run it a ton, and sometimes we might have to throw it a ton, whatever it takes. But we got to become a physical group and be able to run the ball when we need to run it.